Morning, everybody. Call this meeting to order. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all of our elected officials being here and our friends from CCAO. That is actually first on our agenda. Steve Caraway, who I get to spend a good bit of time with as he is presenting to our board of directors on a regular basis and really doing a great job at CCAO. The scholarship program, I think, was his baby. And we're proud to support it as a member of the board, and the board in general supported it. And so we're excited to have you here to present a scholarship this morning. So if you'd step up to the podium.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. And I was reminiscing a bit on my drive this morning that you actually made the motion on the CCA Board of Directors to establish scholarship program. So thank you very much for your support. Commissioners, it's very good to be with you this morning. I am Steve Caraway with the County Commissioners Association of Ohio. And in 1991, CCAO formed the Research and Educational Foundation. Its mission is very clear. It's to give tools and education to the people of Ohio. And we have a scholarship program. And I'm very pleased to tell you this morning that one of your distinguished recent graduates from Bloom Carroll High School is the recipient of the 2025 Ohio County Scholarship, Caitlin Weinkoop. And if I may, just tell you a little bit about Caitlin and some of her distinguished accomplishments. First of all, the scholarship is judged by your colleagues throughout the scholarship review panel. We have several panels of county commissioners, and it is very heavily weighted on an essay. And Caitlin's essay, if I may just read a portion of it, talks about just this year, County Commissioner Jeff Fix attended the 2025 4-H Achievement Award ceremony, personally spending the evening congratulating every 4-H recipient from our youngest clover buds to graduating senior youth members. His presence meant a lot to all of us and showed that county leadership genuinely values its young citizens' hard work and their dreams. Fairfield County's government plays a crucial role in preserving Ohio's agricultural heritage while preparing for the future. So that's just a little piece of her essay. Some of her extracurricular activities include the Bloom Carroll FFA. She's been involved in the Summer Ag Venture Camp. She's been a student ambassador, a chamber singer. You'll have to explain it and give me more information on that. The National Honor Society, of course, Fairfield County 4-H, with serving as president and ambassador, and many, many, many more awards and accolades. And so, Commissioners, it is my pleasure to introduce the 2025 Ohio County Scholarship recipient, Caitlin Weinkoop.
To Wilmington College to study agriculture education with a focus on animal science, that hopefully if legislation passes, I can become one of Ohio's first elementary ag teachers, because a lot of kids don't know where their food comes from or anything like that. So I want to help teach them about what agriculture is and how we can preserve it in our community. I'm planning on joining lots of different clubs at college. I've already been to a leadership camp, which helps me get into different leadership roles on campus once I get there, and it helped me meet a lot of different people, so I already know people when I get there. And thank you again for my scholarship. I really, really appreciate it.
All right. Commissioner Davis.
Congratulations to you. I don't know if it was planned, but what an audience you have for your meetings.
Commissioner Levacy.
Congratulations, I'm sure. Well,
Yeah, we always say, when we go to the 4-H events and come back here and talk about how we feel a lot better about the future of our country because of kids like you and all the folks that are involved with those programs. So congratulations to you. We look forward to a bright future for you, and hope you want to come back to Fairfield County and be a teacher. All right. So do we need to do a photo op?
Yes, so Commissioner, I feel sometimes like Ed McMahon.
from Publishers Clearinghouse. And so we do have a jumbo check. I have no balloons or confetti.
Okay.
But if we can, we're going to give Caitlin this check if we can get the
Yeah.
board. And I also want to introduce Stephen Fluke. I forgot my colleague at CCAO here to take some photos. So where do you want to, we'll probably go right top.
Yeah, let's do that. One up here, sorry.
Caitlin, do you have any family here? You want any family in the photo?
So Dylan, tell him what you're doing this summer.
What I'm doing this summer, right now?
Right now, the
Oh, I'm interning with Representative Kevin Miller at the State House.
Yeah, Grandma, do you want to be in the picture? Grandpa, you want the picture?
I will be on.
Fine.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Good.
Can I grab a couple real quick?
Thank you.
Want a couple more each?
Yeah, can I grab a couple? One, two. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Passes.
No, you gotta put that to
Well, it's gonna be hard for the rest of the year to find a better way to start a meeting. It's always one of the best, most fun things we do is when we get to recognize young people who are the future of our community. So pleased to do that. Next up, we have public comments. If you'd like to address the commission, please step to the podium, state your name and address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Morning, Ray.
Good morning. I think I need to give my address. You probably have it down several times. But this morning, I'm starting out with a bad note for a young man, 23 years of age, driving down the highway 33 by Sugar Grove on the 13th, Sunday, a week ago yet, this last Sunday. And a person was on his cell phone, didn't know that he was stopped for the light, even though the light was there. Hit him in the back, drove his pickup truck into a steel sign, and killed him instantly. He left a 2-year-old and a wife. But we never know when such a thing will happen. And we want to blame God for what happened in this case sometimes. But the family I've known for a number of years, Father said to me, this is not the way it's supposed to work. They're supposed to bury me. I'm not to bury my son. But last night we had a funeral. This young man affected the lives of many people. He worked out here in Lancaster at Foltz's Agriculture Center. He was a good mechanic. From the time he was little, he tore things apart, find out how they were working. And Dave Foltz, the owner, whom I had in school, said this young man was a special at the Tractor Supply down at the church where I can, and this couple does too, family. Know the grandfather, grandmother, parents. There were 400 people there at that funeral last night. So we need to be prepared. When you get my age, you know it's going to happen sooner rather than later. But when you're 20 years of age, you seem to have an ability to think death isn't close. But we need to be prepared anyway. And this young man was prepared. He knew where he was going upon death. I'm sure he didn't want to leave a young wife and a child. So with that thought, I want to pray that people here in this group that are leaders will remember we have a responsibility to others, our families, and those that are affected by our life. We don't know how many are being affected by us. But it's a time we need to be aware of. So that thought I want to pray. Lord, guide us and direct us through this life, and may we turn to you for those decisions that we need to make for our families, for those we love and care for, our neighbors, and just carry on the idea that the Lord Jesus left us with, the idea of love your enemies, love the people around you, and do unto them as you want them to do unto you. And Lord, help us to be that shining light in a community that people can look to, say that person is a person that left his mark. And we pray this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Ray. Who would be next?
Williamsen, 1201 Winding Oak Drive in Baltimore, in Township. I had gone through a bunch of different approaches to what I wanted to say today, and it comes down to just a few little things that I want to leave some thoughts with the commissioners about property rights. Lately, I've been kind of involved in it. I guess you could say sort of professionally. And some of the things that come to my mind are, what about the property rights of the people that live around any sort of solar division, or, any project or anything like that? Yes, the farmers have a right for their property, but those that live around them also have rights. And we do have zoning laws. And supposedly, in each township, and most of the townships in Fairfield County have a zoning code, but supposedly the people of that township voted for that. So, as far as the solar development is concerned, I don't think anybody in the township voted for that. In theory, those properties are not zoned for that type of development, but SB 52, I guess, changed all that. Had its good points and its bad points. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the CAUV exemption for those properties. Are they still going to be considered agricultural? I just wanted to leave that with you. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would be next?
Name and address.
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Paul McCord. I live at 8640 Ruffner Road Northeast, Millersport, Ohio. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm not one to oppose solar. We have solar on our house, but I do oppose the reckless spread of industrial solar farms across our prime farmland and rural landscapes. Let me begin with that. This is prime farmland. It's not just dirt. It's a living resource. Feeds our families, fuels our local economies, and has taken generations to cultivate. Once it's covered in steel, glass, and concrete, it's gone. You don't just get it back, put it back. In 10 or 20 years, the topsoil erodes. The ecosystems that once thrived are disrupted, and the local farming communities that depend on it, they're left behind. Here in Millersport, we're blessed with rich, fertile land that many places in the world would envy. Turning that over to the solar developers would be like paving over a gold mine, and it's just to build a parking lot. It doesn't make sense, especially when there are alternatives like rooftops, like we have brownfields, industrial, and alternative industrial here. So places where solar makes sense without gutting our agriculture back. And then there's the impact of our natural surroundings. Solar farms are not silent guests. They fence off wildlife. They disrupt drainage patterns. They create heat islands and can harm bird population. Visual footprint alone, miles of metal panels and fencing alters our very character of the countryside, Fairfields. This doesn't make sense. Let's not trade long-term health our land for short-term tax incentives or out-of-state profit. Let's have balanced energy strategy, a strategy that respects rural communities, preserves farmland, protects our environment, not one that exploits them under the label of green. I request that you commissioners protect us from this and be our voice and write a letter to oppose the Eastern Cottontail.
Who would be next?
Good morning, Stephanie Taylor, Habitat for Humanity of Southeast Ohio. I'm wearing two hats today when I want to talk about a project that we have coming up. We're coming into our 5th year of Project Playhouse, which is our big one in September. But as Rotary President for the Lancaster Rotary Club this year, I have partnered in a threefold partnership with Habitat, Rotary, and Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we are going to do a special project at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we are going to build 2 playhouses, one to go in the Book Nook, so if no one's been there yet, please visit, and the other will go in their arcade for their bigs and littles to take advantage of. So I'm really excited. We get grant funding through Inter-Rotary District, and then we match it, so it's a $2,000 match from the club itself. And then I also put in a grant from the Habitat side to help pay for both of these playhouses. But we're really looking forward to how this can impact kids that are coming into the Book Nook with their parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles, whoever, they're going in with, and, they get restless. So we're excited to have a little space for them in their children's book area for them to do activities, read some books, whatever the case may be. And then for the bigs and littles, just again, another little space for sometimes, if you're not aware, they have a lot of littles that don't have bigs. So sometimes they have activities where they're just there, and it's a little bit extra space in their arcade for them to enjoy. We've been trying to partner on the Habitat side with Big Brothers in the past to figure out how we can get them a playhouse. It would be something that a lot of kids would be able to take advantage of. And so I'm really excited to see this project come together. The goal that I have for our club is that as many Rotarians as possible can be involved from the setup day, the day before, to building and painting, and we've been designing and everything. So it's fun to watch a project that we started 5 years ago that happens every September at the Workforce Center develop into these little one-offs to continue to help our community. And like we like to say, the little houses build the big houses. So I'm excited for that. If you're around, it's September 15th and 16th. The 16th is the main event. You're more than welcome to stop in over at the Parks building or Big Brothers Big Sisters and see it happen. Thank you. Two what things? Two playhouses? Yeah. Two hats. Rotary president, habitat. Two hats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who would be next?
Good morning. My name is Kevin Elder. I live at 6800 Baltimore Somerset Road, Pleasantville, Ohio. Speaking regarding the Eastern Cottontail Solar Project, as was mentioned before, that area is all prime farmland. But what I'd like to bring up is that there are 14 large landowners adjacent to the Cottontail project. And Commissioner Davis, if you recall at the hearing and in the testimony, Eastern Cottontail mentioned that they talked to neighboring landowners. I have made comments twice, contacted Eastern Cottontail public meetings that we had some concerns and we'd like to talk. They never have contacted us even to yet. And I talked to all of those large neighboring farmers. And even though Eastern Cottontail testified on stand that they talked to the neighbors, none of those 14 landowners that are major landowners adjacent to the project and all that I talked to had concerns, none of them have ever been contacted by Eastern Cottontail. I mean, it's like they are going along without concerns to the neighboring properties. There are a lot of factors to that regarding drainage and water runoff that those landowners have questions and concerns. We do, because drainage goes across it. And the fact that they don't contact the adjacent landowners like they said they were going to or said they did irks me a little bit. More than a little bit. I have concerns that if they swear to something on the stand and don't do it, I wonder what else they're promising or not intending on doing. So I appreciate the commissioner's concerns, the commissioner's stance. I would encourage opposition to the Eastern Cottontail because of their behavior. Thank you.
Who would be next? Going once.
Morning. My name is Betty Bennett, and I live at 4160 Baltimore Somerset Road, Northeast in Walnut Township, Pleasantville. As you know, there is widespread local opposition to the proposed Eastern Cottontail Solar Project. This opposition is clear through citizens for Fairfield efforts, petitions, and a high volume of personalized handwritten letters from their constituents urging denial of this project. I am here today to ask, truly to beg and plead for you to issue a formal letter of opposition to the Eastern Cottontail Industrial Solar Project. We've been requesting this letter from you since you first established the exclusionary zone over a year ago. I believe without question that a letter from you, our county commissioners, would carry tremendous weight in the Ohio Power Siting Force decision. Please, I ask you to stand with residents of Walnut Township at Cartwright Farming and all of Fairfield County for the Solar Industrial Project and to issue a letter of opposition. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Betty. Who would be next?
My name is Melissa Connor, and I live at 7410 Cattail Road, Pleasantville. My friends call me Missy. I'm here today thinking that I was going to say that somehow by default I have become the spokesmodel for Citizens for Fairfields, a position I never wanted to be in. But here I am, and I'm representing hundreds of people who have joined our official roster. And I'm representing the thousands of people who have signed our petition and the thousands of people who have written letters, spoken out over the how many years we've been doing this, for the love of Pete. But I think it's important to talk beyond the statistics. We've been talking statistics for years. We've investigated this, we've studied this to the nth degree, bringing all of the information we could find to you so that you could represent us. We know you've got more on your plate than big solar. We thought it was our civic duty. I think it's more important to talk about who we really are. I'm Misty Hoover. I'm a farm girl. I'm a small business owner. I grew up in Fairfield County. I intend to live here my entire life and hopefully die in the home that I live in now. Later rather than sooner. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. My kids and my grandkids love to spend time at my house. And I want it to be that way forever. I volunteer math skills. I know they're going to be for us later. And those I teach music at Vacation Bible School. I never intended to be an activist for anything. And our system was set up so that we would have people in positions like yours who would speak up for us so that we could continue teaching Vacation Bible School and running our businesses. We need you. Senate Bill 52 is not perfect, but we were elated. It was 15 years in the making to pass that stupid bill. 15 years. But it was so important because it brings back to life the idea that the local opinion is important. And it places all of the emphasis on you and our township trustees. I know you don't like it. I wouldn't like it either. But we clearly have shown to you that we are the majority and our opinions are the most important because we're the ones who are going to carry this on our backs. And by not having a voice, I frankly liken it to taxation without representation. We need you, gentlemen. We need a letter on your letterhead with your signatures to show that Fairfield County and the people of Fairfield County are more important than so-called progress. I personally would like nothing more than if this stupid project goes forward, that it is all the things they say it will be. But like Kevin, I wouldn't trust any of them as far as I could throw them because they've lied to me. They've lied to my face. Who does that? That's not who we are. That's not who those people are. That's not who my neighbors, my community are. We don't treat each other that way. And we're certainly not going to invite those folks to come in and live next door to us. Please, gentlemen, we need you. We trust you. This truly is the right thing. And whether you like it or not, it is your jobs to represent us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving next. Going once. What? Hang on, I thought we were gonna get in.
Sorry. I don't want to be up here either. Walnut Township. Last week, and I hope you received the page with the statistics, because we've been talking statistics for 3 years now. But some of the statistics that were on there, which I mentioned, 258 homes within a half mile of Eastern Cottontail, and 518 homes within 1 mile. The half mile represents if you average 2 people per household, which actually it's 2.6, but I went with the lower number. That's 516 people that live there from far. You can see that project for within a mile, that's 1,036 people. Not just talking numbers. And yes, Eastern Cottontail, EDF, they do lie. They lied on the stand. They're evasive when you ask them a question. And they're talking money. They're not talking people. They're not talking residences. They're not talking families. I could see it on the Fox Squirrel Project. They don't have it with almost 4,000 acres of the project. They have a whole lot less people than we do within this 1,550 acre project, with another one down the road, 800 acres. So we're not talking just acreage. We're not just talking homes. We're talking about people. I lost my best friend in April, and he grew up on a 500 or a 600 acre farm his whole life. And he vowed to make good on not just the farmland that he worked while he was a kid. And the family still owns that 600 acres, and it's being farmed. But he wanted more out of life, and so it was all about money. I know the county wants money for the workforce center, for whatever, all of the different things, because things are, money is being cut on a government level. And we don't really know what the reason is. And I was told that we will eventually find out. Eventually doesn't cut it. We need to know now. Last week, I talked to, actually, it was in a meeting with,
Sherry, please conclude your
okay,
remarks.
where the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, Sherry Kennedy, and she told me to look at the Kingwood case, which is before them now. And it talks about, in the documents, it talks about unanimous or near unanimous opposition to a project. That means you. We have near unanimous.
Please
we need-
conclude your remarks.
We need the letter from you,
Okay,
because we're talking people, not numbers.
thank you.
Very short. Bard Martin, 9370 Cattail Road. I've attended many meetings over the past 2 years. Several times it's been stated by a commissioner, our responsibility is to protect the people, protect the land. You've passed a solar exclusionary zone, and now you've opposed a Carnation project. We ask you to protect the people of Walnut Township, protect our land from a French-owned company, and oppose the Eastern Cottontail project. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb.
Super short. Okay. Allison Barrick, 8189 Lake Road. I spoke yesterday. Commissioner Fix, I sent out some information about the recent legislation, so hopefully you got that. But real quick, this is about Kingwood, just to kind of follow up with what Sherry said, it was denied by the Ohio Power Siting Board, and here's the reason why. Due to general opposition from the community, which is obvious here, and especially the clear opposition from the Greene County Commissioners and their 3 townships where the project would be located. So that's the reason why they denied it. So that's why we keep standing before you. So God bless you, and I hope you can deliver that for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Who would be next? Once, twice. All right, well, thank you all for being here today. We do appreciate all your input. Legal update. Okay. County administration update, Ani?
All right, we've got a quick one today. August the 5th meeting will be held at Rush Creek Township Fire Department, 201 Marietta Street in Freeman at 7 p.m. This is one of our evening meetings throughout the year to provide residents an opportunity to attend in the evening or a little closer to home, being outside of Lancaster. Administrative approvals, the review packet does contain a list of those, and we have 19 resolutions on the agenda for the regular voting meeting. A few resolutions of note. Excuse me. Economic and Workforce Development has a resolution to approve the Ohio Means Jobs Center contract between South Central Ohio JFS and the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners. Board of Commissioners are the administrative and fiscal agent to South Central Ohio for the Area 2021 Workforce Development Board. And this is procuring the provider for the Hocking, Ross, and Benton County Ohio Means Jobs Centers. Facilities has a Rick, do you want to add anything to that? Sorry.
Spot on.
Mangling my notes there a little bit.
Just, an area that sometimes we forget about our responsibility as our 5-county workforce board and things like the Excel closure. That's our role to help those 800 employees. Daily routine. That's what we focus on. So important, very important work. And a lot of those people do come and work here ultimately, so it's important for our members.
Perfect, thank you. Facilities has a resolution to approve awarding the Spires Paving Company a contract for the asphalt resurfacing and striping of the government services center lot there. Anything on that, John?
Just thanks to Jason. And then we're also working with the city of Lancaster too, in conjunction, paving their lot. They're going to do it at the same time, so we coordinate. So,
Perfect, thank you. Sheriff's Office has a resolution to extend the Hocking County contract for inmate housing. This expired December 31st of 24, and this contract will extend it through December 31st of 2025. Sheriff, anything there?
Just continue to offer the availability of our jail to the
Thank you. MCU has a resolution authorizing a repayment of an advance. The advance was to the 7864 Recovery Ohio Grant Fund from the general fund. A partial repayment was previously made, and this is the final repayment for this particular advance. And Transit has a resolution to establish a 2025 calendar year budget and appropriations for public transit state fiscal year 26 ODOT grant. Rick, anything else on that one? And Bart Hampson, our finance director, does have an update on recent sales tax information. Bart?
Yeah, we continue to hold our sales tax budget at $30 million. But July came in strong year over year, coming in about $198,000 previous year. And our current forecast, that's about $218,000 higher than I had planned. June to date, sales tax is up about $778,000 compared to 2024. And that is due to June to date auto, which is up 6.69%, and June to date non-auto, which is up 5.02%. So I have
Questions, Commissioner?
no, thank you.
All right, Rochelle, calendar review and invitations received, please.
Thank you. The South Licking Water Conservancy District meeting is today at 3 p.m. at the Licking County Agricultural Center, and Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital of Lancaster sent an invitation for a community cookout on August 1st. That will be from noon to 3 p.m. at 1201 River Valley Boulevard. Correspondence received was from the Fairfield County Municipal Court Criminal Traffic Division. They sent their June 20 2025 fee report. Correspondence regarding large solar facilities was also received, and the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office 2024 annual report. That's all I have.
Great, thank you, Michelle. That's all, Commissioner.
Thank you. So, department heads and elected officials, we're going to start way in the back with Holly trying to hide back there.
Thank you. So we have been work with there's and we're working with President of the Township, the Township, and Walnut Township as well. We're also working with the Township Commissioner, Legacy, and Bonnie regarding some updates to our floodplain regulation. Regarding those, it'll be implemented. And we're continuing to work on the year 2024.
All right. Thank you for all your work. Tiffany.
Thank you.
Okay. Sheriff lady.
I have 3 employees that will be retiring at the end of this, end of next week. So it's kind of bittersweet to see some of them head into the next chapter of their life, but also provides an opportunity for somebody else to start their career. So all the best.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Lisa. All right. Thank you for being here. Jeremiah.
Morning. I was vacation.
It was awesome. Thank you for asking.
Great. So we're getting ready to start chip and seal, and it's coming pretty quick. So we keep an daily updated list of where we are, what roads we're going to do, where we are on those roads, and whatnot. So bicyclists and whatnot, check that out. Our guys do a great job with it. We usually only have a couple days where, it really looks like it was chip and seal road. And then they pretty much go back to looking pretty normal. It's a critical thing. The shot rate versus the stone has to be right. If you put a little bit too much emulsion in it, then you get tar everywhere and it bleeds. If you put a little bit too light of emulsion in it, you lose all your stone. So a lot of people don't realize it, but there is a science behind that stuff. We test that stone for hardness, polarity, and cleanness, and a couple other things I don't even remember, to make sure that stuff works the best it can. So I kind of like to give everybody the spiel on chip and seal when I talk about it, because a lot of people think it's just simply tar and rock, and that's not the case. We're doing that. Paving's to come shortly after, and I'll keep everybody up to date on that. That's all I got.
Jeremiah.
Yes, sir.
158 in Coon Path. So ODOT won't start that project
Next year.
next year.
It's been delayed again. So right now they're still working on utilities and things like that. So people will see that kind of stuff. My understanding is the major construction will be next year.
Dr. Brown.
Just highlight that I've been very proud of Kayla Speakman and our office who's been collaborating with me and Adams to do some research and doc shelter related to the platform. Just wanted to mention I'm continually supportive of that evaluation as it continues. Thank you to Amy Brown Thompson and Austin Lines for providing some additional information relating to lodging taxes. We'll say that looking far, thinking about purpose with that we might be able to offer to the townships that we would collect the percentage that they may collect for them. Because as we move forward with the modernization of this process, moving away from simply taking the money and pushing it out to having a semi-permitting process, that might be something to offer, because it would be something we could set up from the beginning. And from my conversations with township trustees, what has been the barrier to moving that forward from their perspective is they don't want to be the ones to do the collections, because it does take some investment to do it right. So I'm thinking at a time where we're doing modernization and investment, perhaps that would be a time we could offer that. So I just put that forth as something that you can think about, but ultimately you may want to decide that percentage for townships. Right now, in the current state, that's somewhere between $3,600 spread over 12. It's not very much on the annual basis. or it's 12,000 spread over 12. That's the range in the current state. So to make that more worthwhile, would be maybe to add that level, engage in that way.
So are you talking about a township putting their own hotel and lodging tax on for that township that we would collect and reimburse them? Okay.
I'm saying start it up that way now, since we're making some changes that would be engaging them.
You know, are there other townships other than Violet Township that have their own hotel and lodging tax today?
So not that I'm aware of. And Violet, I understand, may have something on the books, but doesn't necessarily have any materiality or anything relating to collections related to that. So it's something to think about. I think the first step would be just to decide, do you want to keep it in the auditor's office as administration, or do you want to move it? And then we can start the research. We could very quickly do something like that, but it'll take some investment.
I look forward to continuing conversations with you about that.
Yep. Wanted to also report that in GIS, we had an in-service this past, well, it's just yesterday, with our newest GIS employees, and they have created a way that internally we can automatically connect with leases, records, and deeds with one click with a coding process, and that saves a great deal of time, about 1/5 of time. Now, if you do it once a day, it's one thing, but in the conveyance desk, they do that quite often. So it's saving, as much as 25 minutes every half day, just depending on the kinds of questions that come through, which sounds like something very small, but it adds up over time. So we're very excited about that thought process that our newest employees are taking and, working through with that. We have in your review folder, you'll see plain language CAA recommendations relating to property tax reform. I took that, task, say, let's just make it in some ways that everybody can understand. So it's one sentence for each one. Just sharing that with you in case you get questions relating to those. One thing that is a bit intriguing to me is we're talking through a number of phone calls right now during the sexennial update. Most of the folks that we're talking to are senior citizens who, again, are concerned that, we don't want to sell our homes. So perhaps there's a recommendation in the future of a means-tested program that would hold in abeyance any increase until the time something is sold. Instead of thinking about that largely, think about it in a means-tested program, which is something a little bit different, hasn't been proposed yet, and it does fit with a lot of the conversation that we're having. We're getting calls every day. Of course, the letters have gone out. Most people understand that this is our job to do in terms of measuring the market. This is the market. And a lot of comments we get is, well, the market's just crazy right now. And we agree the market is crazy, that there are people who are paying more than what's being even listed, as you begin your negotiations. But it's still a willing buyer. It's still a willing seller. And that's the number, that's the data we have to go on. So we're working through that process. We will hold more than 1,000 informal hearings for certain. As we think about ways to kind of...
If I may, on that topic, property tax, have had conversations with our state representative, Jeff LeRae, about that. And, his mindset, and one that I share, and I imagine all three of us do, is that, it's time for our state government to take a comprehensive look at property taxes and try to figure out a way to make it so that seniors that you referenced aren't taxed out of their homes, and that there's a reasonable way to keep local governments, school districts, afloat without overburdening the taxpayers. He is suggesting that to the speaker, and hopefully yet this year or into next year, the House or the Senate or both will take up some kind of a comprehensive overview of property tax, because the piecemeal approach and the draconian approach, right, on either end of the spectrum, neither one is going to work. So I'm encouraged that the folks who represent us at the state are kind of that common sense mindset. So I just want to put that in there while you were talking about property taxes. Please proceed.
I also think that the governor's work group that has just been organized will be able to take the information that's already been analyzed and build upon that. Build upon that with maybe some additional things that can make some more immediate relief as we think about some of the other recommendations that have been put in place. I've shared the same information with the representatives and also the governor's office. You think about the stress level that there's a lot in the media about stress in a workplace, the work-life balance. There's a great deal of pressure. We have to be available all the time. And certainly during a sexennial update where we're doing, hearings, through the wee hours of the evening and then doing follow-up meetings after that, there's a lot of that stress. I just want to mention one of the very small things that kind of was a bit of a stress reliever as it relates to the Decorative Arts Center in Ohio. During one of our breaks, they opened up their museum so people could just go in and look at the Star Trek exhibit. And we have several people who are real Star Trek fans. And, they were living long and prospering in there. And it was a moment that they were able to just kind of connect with each other. And I just wanted to say thank you to Jason Crable for that, because he didn't have to do that and came at a very good time. I want to say kudos to the IT department for that ticket implementation. I think that maybe facilities were engaged in that too, but we don't use that very often. But it's another example of just, a small thing that can make things just more efficient as we move forward. And the sales tax holiday, just to mention it, is August 1st. Just would advise everybody, take a look at that list. It's much bigger than it was in the beginning. It's a very broad list of things that are included. And you have a window of time of sales tax holiday.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Josh.
Village Millersport with their upcoming water and wastewater.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Rick?
Thank you, Josh. It's been super helpful in that, coming to the village council meetings and building a lot of trust with Millersport. Last Tuesday's council meeting, they paused to thank the county and said that they did not be where they are with this project. This project would never happen if it weren't for help from Paul, Josh, and our accountant. So, thank you. Thank you for all of that. And then just to piggyback on the comment about Pixel earlier, Pixel is the paper mill that's closing in Chillicothe, and we held a job fair for their repairs last week. 150 came to that. There were 70 some employers there, including 8 from Fairfield County. A lot of them hiring people right on the spot. So they did a team job that got a lot of props from the state, from Jobs Ohio, for the work. It's not fun work, but it is, as Tia from our team said, it's rewarding to see people come in looking scared and nervous and walking out smiling.
It's a big deal, dude. It's a really big deal. Thank you. John, how are you going to follow that?
Bad news, always. Just, a little bit of flooding in Millersport this weekend. Continuing to act. It's a strange pattern we're in right now where big amounts of rain.
That was an amazing event. 6.4 inches in 70 minutes. It's a 100-year event.
It's were you around for last time that happened?
Always.
Corey.
Lake Festival of Ponds, we are hosting a bike race and decorating contest next Friday, August 5:30. Event at every year, Fairfield Medical Center. I've been doing this
Jeff?
Animal shelters across the United States are experiencing a confluence of events that have led to a large level of dogs and pets in care at shelter. Just encourage the community to keep that in mind when you're looking for a pet or also seeking to surrender a pet. The population that are within the shelter are staying at longer periods of time. So we do know that we appreciate the community's support and continued cooperation as we continue to deal with this. That's all.
Read an article yesterday that some shelters across the country are having to turn people away because there have been so many pets turned back in recently. So
That is correct.
Yeah.
Currently, we are still accepting, but
what's our population? Any idea?
we're hovering around 50, and our maximum is around 60.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Full business, Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to meet this morning with Bart and Stacy. Talked about a number of things, but one of the things we talked about are grant expirations. I'm hearing that this grant, that grant, the other grant is expiring, and that this person or that person wants that service that's being funded by the grant to continue after the grant expires. And what I suggested to Bart and Stacy that would be perhaps helpful to the commission is if we could see all of those in one place. There should be some guiding principle upon which we base the decision to continue services in grant expiration situations or not continue services in grant expiration situations. And I just think if we can see them all together, it might be more clear to us to kind of start getting our arms around what principles are we applying to that decision-making process. And so hopefully when they get a chance, they can get us that kind of information. So we can just kind of see all the exposures in, one place on that. Just footnote on the property tax issue. I mean, like, I'm sure my colleagues, I got several questions from people just about their property tax notification of the change. Probably the most interesting one, and I'm not going to say the person's name, but they called to complain that their property value wasn't high enough.
That's some of those too.
I said, well, now slow your roll here. I think she's doing you a solid. I'm not sure you want what you're asking for here. So, but there were a number of others who were obviously concerned about property taxes. As has been discussed, I don't know what the final solution will be there, but I do empathize with folks that are, trying to make ends meet.
Thank you. Commissioner Levesey.
Nothing to add. Thank you.
All right, and I have no old business nor new business. Commissioner Levesey, new business.
Today we'll have a continuation of Fairfield County Veterans Hall of Fame. Hopefully adopt the rules and regulations that govern that body in the future.
Appreciate that work. Commissioner Davis.
No, thank you.
All right, we will begin our voting pattern. If you all would rise if you're able. Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Rochelle, are there any announcements?
There are no announcements.
All right, looking for a motion for the approval of the minutes of the July 15th regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes. Motion, go ahead.
Minutes past 3-0.
Thank you. Looking for a motion for the approval of the roundtable minutes for July 15th.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Roundtable minutes past 3-0. From the Commissioners, Resolution 2025-7.22.a. A resolution to appropriate from unappropriated funds in a major expense object categories for General Fund 1001 Security Budget.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Dog Shelter, Resolution 2025-7.22.b. A resolution approving an account-to-account transfer into a major expenditure object category 2002 Dog Shelter.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. For Fairfield County Economic and Workforce Development, Resolution 2025-22.c.
Yes.
A resolution to authorize the approval of the OMJ Center contract between South Central Ohio Job and Family Services and the Fairfield County Board of County Commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Engineer, Resolution 2025-7.22.d. A resolution to appropriate from unappropriated a major expenditure object category County Engineer 2024 motor vehicle for overtime expenses.
Under Fairfield County Engineer, I move resolutions D, E, and F.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Facilities, Resolution 2025-7.22.g. A resolution authorizing the approval of construction agreement and bid award with Spires Paving Company Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yeah.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. For Fairfield County Family and Children First Council, Resolution 2025-7.22.h. A resolution to approve a memo expense memo receipt for the cost of transportation paid to Fairfield County Transit as a memo expenditure for Fund 2018 Public Assistance Fund.
Under Fairfield County Family and Children First Council,
Correct.
resolution H and I.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Resolution 2025-7.22.j. A resolution regarding amendment for a previously approved network placement related services agreement between A New Leaf Incorporated and the Child Protective Services Department.
Under Fairfield County Job and Family Services, I move resolution J, K, L, and M.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Sheriff, Resolution 2025-7.22.n. Resolution authorizing the approval of a contract extension with the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners, the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, and the Hocking County Board of Commissioners, and the Hocking County Sheriff for housing prisoners in the Fairfield County Jail.
Under Fairfield County Sheriff, I move resolution H and N and O. I'm sorry.
Second.
On N and O, we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion?
Sheriff, I was just curious, is Hocking County using that contract?
Occasionally, not on a regular basis. So I think they want to continue the contract just as an option.
Thank
If
you.
they can't get in the region.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From South Central Major Crimes Unit, Resolution 2025-7.22.p. Resolution authorizing the approval of partial repayment of an advance to the general fund from MCU 7864 Recovery Ohio Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I'd like to thank Christy Nolan for her work, to be able to process these repayments and get things, taken care of.
So MCU is one of the external entities, if you want to call it that I'm also worried about grant expirations.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if Christy might be in the best position or who at MCU would be in the best position to kind of get their arms around that. Who?
Scott and Christy together.
Yeah, but and that's another subject that came up in the conversation with Bart and Stacy. We've got what we would refer to as internals, and then we probably have a list that we're currently unaware of regarding externals, and that is just related entity exposures and what are their asks or demands or suggestions going to be in dealing with their exposure. So I in the conversation with Bart and Stacy, I think both lists matter.
Absolutely.
Kind of need to know who's coming at us from what direction, for what reason, maybe before they get here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Transit, Resolution 2025.7.22.q. A resolution approving an account-to-account transfer into a major expenditure object category 2908 public transit.
Under Fairfield County Transit, I move resolutions Q and R.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Payment of bills, Resolution 2025-7.22.s. A resolution authorizing the approval of payment of invoices for departments that need Board of Commissioners approval.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. The next regular meeting is scheduled for July 29th at 9 a.m.
In a moment, I'm going to ask for a motion for executive session. Before I do that, is there any other business to come before the commission this morning?
If I might ask a couple of questions.
Please.
On the agenda, I see a note for one executive session. Feeling like I heard from Ani maybe that we're having two
Correct.
executive sessions. Do you have a preference on the order of those?
We prefer to go quickly with the one that's related to the legal settlement.
The pending
Litigation, yes.
So we want to get that out of the way?
Get that one quickly out of the way.
Okay, then we'll come out of that executive session, briefly return to another executive session. Is that what you understand, Mr. President?
That is, and then we will conduct no business afterwards. We don't anticipate conducting any business after that.
That's fair. I just wanted to make sure I understood what we were up to, so.
Any other business before the commission this morning before we look for that motion? Looking for the motion.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session to discuss pending litigation. In that session, I'd like 3 commissioners, clerks, county administrator, deputy county administrator, representatives from the prosecutor's office, and I assume it's the sheriff's office that's being sued.
I have no knowledge.
It's not the sheriff's office?
Well, good on you, Alex.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
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 Motion passes.
All right, we are going into executive session. When those 2 executive sessions are over, we will adjourn. Again, we don't anticipate doing any more business before with that adjournment. Thank you all for being here today.